All right, so the last couple of times we've sat down to enjoy an MCU show, the enjoy has not been there. We went from She-Hulk, which I think is probably one of the worst things the MCU has ever done, directly to Secret Invasion. On the Disney Plus front, that is. Another terrible, terrible thing that Disney Plus has produced. And before I get called an MCU hater, just stop. Don't even look at the background. I get called an MCU shill every day. Just stop. Loki Season 1 is one of my favorite things that Disney Plus has produced. It's by far the best thing that Marvel has put on Disney Plus. The 6-episode formula has not really worked for anything other than Loki. I think it was fun throughout. It kept my attention throughout. It really didn't have any filler. It had filler moments, but I think it did a really good job of taking a smaller story and not stretching it out too far. Like I said, there were moments where it was dragged on a little bit slower than what we were expecting from, these kind of Marvel shows, but I think it did a really good job setting up the villain in Kang the Conqueror, or at least who we saw, He Who Remains, in that season. It furthers the story of the multiverse saga that we're actually all interested in, and instead of getting all of these Disney Plus shows about B and C tier characters, let's just face it, we're really not that interested in. Nothing in Wakanda Forever indicated that Ironheart was strong enough to have her own show as a character. And the same goes for Echo. Hawkeye had no indicators that Echo could have carried her own show. Maybe there's characters that are going to be in those shows that we're going to be interested in. And I get that that's how the MCU has kind of built itself, but I think we're also stretching ourselves to the point where we just have too many characters. If you think back to the beginning of the MCU, it was Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America. Those were the main three that we followed for the first couple of years. Obviously, we threw the Avengers in there with Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, but we were kind of focused on these main three characters. With the MCU right now, we're focused on 10 bajillion characters. Half of them are the most powerful beings in the universe. It's just a mess. But back to this show is kind of in its own corner right now that is really, really interesting, and it's actually furthering a story that we're all interested in, that we're all excited to see the outcome of. We love these characters. We love these new characters that this show has introduced. So I'm very excited to see this pilot episode for this season. Before we get started though, do me a favor. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in seeing full-length versions of this reaction or any other reaction that I have on the channel, as well as early access to said reactions, you'll find them right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys could check those out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, I'm super excited. So let's go.
I hereby arrest you for crimes against the sacred timeline.
How do you plead?
Man, it feels so good to have this show back. And it's gonna feel nice to have like good MCU content back again, especially on Disney Plus, because like I said, She-Hulk was not my cup of tea. I get there's people out there that liked it, and there's a group of people out there that are going to like that kind of style and that kind of show, which is fine. But most of the MCU fans that Marvel had anyway, that's just not what that show was not for us. And not everything has to be, but that show really, really went off the grid. And then Secret Invasion was just so poorly written, but it was also a COVID show, and there were so many shows produced during COVID, or at least a lot of shows that they were trying to get up off the ground during COVID that we're still getting. So we're still seeing those problems from COVID. We're going to still continue to see the problems from the writers and actors strike that's going on. It's nuts right now. But for now, we have this. I'm excited.
Boots on the ground now, archives.
That ending was crazy, dude. And I do have reactions up to season 1 whenever it came out. I was a wee little baby whenever that came out. The quality of those videos, not good. But they're up if you want to watch them. Is it going to continue to have a fire-ass soundtrack? Because the first season did. Oh yeah, we're starting right where we left off.
Hold it right there, Marion. What is going on? Mobius, it's me. I don't know you.
You do, though. And I just rewatched season 1, so it's really helping me immerse myself in this more. Casey? Is he a janitor in this one, or this version of the TVA, or whatever this is? We still don't really have answers, but there's multiple Kang statues.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Morning.
It's the driver, though. Goodbye.
Level 5 intruder. He tapped into a mail cart and descended to the lower level.
Casey.
It's pretty crazy.
I got the intruder. I got the intruder.
Is he going in and out of different realities? Because this is like kind of the same as the Spider-Verse glitch, or is it time? Must be time.
Just a second ago, where you didn't know me. Casey! Something terrible is happening. I'm being pulled from... Wait, no.
So this is after what just happened.
Has it always been there?
The crack? It's been there as long as I can remember.
Where's Mobius? B-15.
Chrono Bay 3? So,
Casey seems very confused. Just as confused as me. And we're back, baby. But that's the best part about the show is all the confusion. I mean, not having the answers right away fits the tone of this show so well. And ultimately, they do that suspense so well. And when you finally get to the answers, it's satisfying.
Now what?
So this is what we saw at the end.
hey, Mobius? Loki was just here looking for you.
Loki's here?
He was, and then he disappeared.
I don't understand.
He disappeared right in front of me.
It's not working.
Hey, I have a question.
Sounded like Jonathan Majors for a second.
Is this on the sacred timeline?
It's, looks fun.
Is one of these calling your name, Mobius?
I don't know about calling. Maybe gently whispering.
Gently whispering. Yeah, that's more Mobius' speed.
With Renslayer missing, there's a new judges council. So General Dox and Judge Gamble would like to see you both in the war room. Wonder what that's about.
Yeah, because she left to go get answers, right? Oh.
The war room.
Poor Casey.
Mobius, I was just doing my job.
What do you mean, pruning me?
What's the mood like in there?
That was reassuring. That effect is really good. That's a lot of kanks. It's 5 to be specific.
You're all variants. Everyone who works at the TVA.
Okay, so I'm getting it.
The branches are growing. They're way past red line.
We just need a moment to explain.
Make it make sense.
I love the way this is shot so far. I know this is a different team than who did the first season, but I'm loving the style. I think it's the Moon Knight guys, right?
You are quite a marvel. You made a difference in this war. Thank you for being on my team.
Who is he talking to? Because no one else seems to be around. This is all strangely eerie.
For all time.
Always.
Renslayer.
And under whose authority did you make the call to stop pruning branches?
We didn't have time for proper protocol. Don't you understand?
She's from Game of Thrones, right? She gets thrown out the sky window.
The timeline is branching. The sky hasn't fallen.
What sky are you looking at? Are you seeing this? Robot head on the table?
Well, they're still here, though. That's what he's trying to say. Like, the universe didn't just explode like they most likely presumed it would. Is that guy dead?
The TVA has to change. And it has to start now.
That guy in the trailers, he was at that movie premiere that looked like it was in the 60s or 70s, right? He was the guy in the movie. So I'm guessing he takes this whole situation to heart and escapes to the timeline and tries to live a life of his own.
Tell the TVA to stop pruning, effective immediately.
Oh, hey! How doing?
Hey, help me. Hey!
What just happened?
Just a moment ago, you didn't have to
Get the fuck. You don't know what's going on, dude. Oh, hey. Morning.
Him.
Prune the wall. Huh.
That's who built this place. That's who stole the Orions. That's who's coming back.
Damn. Oh, dude, I'm like feeling it now. I'm feeling the seriousness of what Kang is building up.
What do you want me to do?
We need to know what happened at the end of time. Find Sylvie. She's the reason we're in this mess.
She is shocked they're gonna be going after her then. How is she gonna fix it though? They can't reverse what she did. She killed He Who Remains.
I just wanted time to think.
Wait, slow down, Loki. You wanted time to think, so let's think.
These are all Kangs fighting on the wall on the left.
We got to the man at the end of time, and he made sense. We thought it was about freeing the timeline, but that brings only more malevolence, more violence, more war, more of him. They're coming. They're all coming.
Dude, the tone's a lot darker, and I like it. It's shot a lot more claustrophobically. I like that. It really hones in on like the imminent threat that is looming over the MCU right now.
That is what we know. War, and it's on its way. And maybe it's true. Everything he was doing, the pruning, the preservation of the sacred timeline, it was about preventing more of him. There was no simple choice. There was no other way.
You have to explain to me exactly how did you just appear?
He's gonna disappear again, isn't he?
No, there is no past TVA. Time doesn't work
But
like
it
that
does
here.
now because it's happening to me.
It's impossible.
It's possible,
No,
Mobius.
it's not.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. It looks... I mean, how does it feel?
I can't imagine. It feels very great.
Definitely gotta get you some help. They call Miss Minutes. What?
You can't trust her.
Miss Minutes is with him. I think Miss Minutes is like his Jarvis, just like in a weird form in the TVA, because she has to preserve the image of being the goody two shoes that she is.
You just disappeared.
I know.
And I can't keep looking at it because it's horrible.
I thought you said it didn't look that bad.
I was lying. It's terrible. It looks like you're being born or dying or both at the same time.
I can handle it.
How does it look?
Oh, that poor girl.
All I know is I was in the past.
The production design, just the sets. Show has some of the best looks. I mean, it's almost like an HBO show. Just the quality of it. You really feel the care.
I have no memory of having my memory wiped.
That is how it works.
Oh, hey, welcome to RNA.
Good.
Wow, great to see you again.
I'm so glad he's in this.
Loki, I want to introduce you to...
I'm Ouroboros. Nice to meet you, Loki.
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
But he calls me OB.
Yeah, I call him OB.
See, that memory wiping is... It's really messing him up.
Remember, you got off on the wrong floor and I told you it was the wrong floor?
Wait, that's right. Yes, because then I stayed for a little bit. He took me over.
No, you left immediately. Believe it or not, he was my last visitor.
Wow. Reunited.
400 years ago. Wow.
What other guys?
What other guys?
It's just OB.
It's just OB.
OB.
Poor OB.
Come on, OB. Oh, okay.
The work orders really pile up if I take a break. So I just keep at it. Forever. No sleep.
Sleep.
So how's the team doing up there?
Pretty great. Yeah, I mean, well, you know about the timekeepers and...
And then there's that.
You've seen that.
Yeah.
Can you fix that?
No. It's impossible to time slip in the TVA.
I know, but we just saw it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble reconciling that.
The past.
May I call you OB?
OB? I like that. Do I know you?
Yes, in the future. Well, I've been time slipping in the TVA.
It's impossible to time slip in the TVA.
But you just saw it happen.
Yeah. I'm having trouble reconciling that.
I love this.
I've never seen anything close to that happen before. Wait.
Remember back.
A long time ago, he came to me complaining about time slipping. How did I not remember that?
Wait, is he talking to you in the past and you're just now remembering it?
Wow, that makes perfect sense.
Oh!
There's no
That's really cool the way that they're doing that. He's changing time in real time, or at least we're seeing it happen in real time, our time.
If it were possible to time slip in the TVA, how might
It's
one
not.
remedy? I understand that, but theoretically.
Someone in the time you want to end up in would need a temporal aura extractor.
Do you have one of those?
I do not. One temporal aura extractor.
Great. Can you hold on to that until my friend Mobius drops by?
No. Wait. Yes?
I love the way this is shot.
One temporal aura extractor.
And did you happen to discuss how to use such a thing with my friend?
Prune yourself.
Why?
Well, when something is pruned, it's released from time. So the hope is that after you prune yourself, the extractor will pull you into the present.
Did he say prune himself across time? So prune himself off all timelines except this one?
Damn it!
Hey, Loki's back.
Am I ready to get my skin peeled off?
Yeah, am I ready to violently rip myself from every thread of time and space?
I'd rather have that.
What, you'd rather be atomically disassembled than never reassembled
Than to
again?
have your skin ripped off?
Yes, then at least you get...
I've been doing that all day.
No, it's not the lamp. We're having power surges all through the TVA.
Ruh-roh?
So the timeline is branching now? I bet that's what
Dude,
causing
these
the time
sets, it's just, it's so unreal. Literally, it doesn't feel real, but it feels so industrial and so lived in.
Hey, OB, this piece just came off right here. Is that important? I think...
Things must be falling apart because of the timelines branching. We all know what that shot looked like, right? X-Men? Come on. That was pretty cool.
The temporal loom is the heart of the TVA. It's where raw time is refined into...
Oh, we're already here?
timeline.
I thought this was gonna be like something they had to do towards the end of the season. And one thing about this show is I don't know too many of the leaks. I know a couple of details, but not nearly as much as I knew about Ahsoka.
Once those doors close, we won't be able to resync you. So it's now or never.
What?
Now! Wait! It's now, but now isn't for a little bit.
Now, but now isn't for a little bit. It's not now then.
You'll stand by to prune yourself within moments after this turns green. If you're too late, you will be lost to time forever. And Mobius will lose all of his skin. Okay, you've got about an
Very
hour.
reassuring.
You've got about 5 minutes.
He's the best part about this season so far.
If I don't make it back,
You'll make it back.
Right, but when I use this thing, I might not make it back.
Uh-oh. So this is the TVA where Kang is in charge, right? So this is after then.
It's the future.
I keep saying this is the TVA where, but even though it's the same, it's just different time. Interesting though. We're now in the future.
Well, the blast doors will close and lock you out. And then you still will age away. You will age away, and you'll get very old, and all your skin will get peeled away, and you will die.
Is this cracked?
Don't worry about it.
You're good.
OB!
Yeah. Perfect.
Ready to see some hoofing like you've never seen before.
Okay.
That was such a Lightning McQueen thing to say. I don't know why. It just... you get what I mean.
I think people are surprised that I'm not actually a talking car.
They gave this show the money. Because why wouldn't they? It's one of their best shows. It is their best show. So he's in the future. Looks like shit is going down.
Still time.
I just love the chaotic nature of this show. And this pilot to this season as well. It's just done so well.
No.
We need to close the blast doors now. To have any hope of fixing the loop.
Give him more time. He can still make it.
Eerie.
Give him more time!
What? The hell? Who pruned him? Who pruned him?
We need to find Sylvie.
She didn't prune him. Did she? Because she was in front of him, and the stick was behind him.
Where are they going?
Oh, it's all a little weird. What? Oh, what? Are you serious? That was such a good first episode, and I heard there's a post-credit scene. So, man, we got some stuff to talk about. Dude, this season might end up being better than the first one. Like, that was a really strong start. Really strong start. Like, I think that episode was probably better than most of the episodes in season 1, and season 1 is fantastic. Just, it was a continuation, and it built upon what I loved about the first season. I mean, this is only episode 1, things could go downhill, but... Is this where she went right after? Shit, McDonald's.
How do I do this?
What would you like?
Not squirrel, not possum, not rats. Something that's already dead and nothing with a face. Please.
Well...
He's like, how do I do this too? I don't know.
I want to try everything.
Okay. Okay. At least we get a little bit of a hint as to what's going to be going on with her. Yeah, so, like I said, I think that this was one of the better episodes of this whole series so far. I mean, it's really up there with the finale of last season and even the episode before that where they were stuck in the void. I mean, the end of last season was just fantastic, and they just continued that whole vibe with this pilot. They continued that whole vibe, but everything felt so much better and so much bigger. It just felt upscaled in every way. I mean, the sets, the visuals, the direction felt more movie quality. The music is awesome. I mean, the music was awesome in the first season as well. I don't know if it's the same composer, but they really did a good job. If it is the same composer, really continued on their work from the first season, and if it's a different one, then they really did a good job of taking inspiration from the first season and turning it into their own kind of thing that feels, like I said, bigger and better in almost every way. And this episode was really just a taste, and I mean, we got to see a little bit of everything that I kind of wanted to see in the first episode. We got to see the relationship between Mobius and Loki further, introduction of new characters. I think Kiwi Kwan is already a standout in this season so far. I mean, he's so funny and so likable already. I hope he continues to be a supporting character throughout the whole show and not just a guest appearance that is just a one-off thing. We're getting little hints towards Kang right now, obviously, with him pruning the wall and kind of revealing to the other judges that were kind of at the same kind of height that Renslayer was before she ran off to go and search for Kang and whatnot. They seemed very surprised, and there's something going on with the one lady and the hunter that she was close with. What kind of relationship did they have? Like, is that a mother-son thing? Who that was a little weird, but whatever. But something seemed up with her. Towards the end of the episode, I know I'm a little all over the place. I'll get to some certain other aspects that I want to talk about. But towards the end of the episode, whenever they were walking through the portal, she kind of just looked, and the camera lingered on her for a little bit, but we weren't following any dialogue that she was speaking. It was all Hunter B-15 and Mobius talking. So maybe they're hinting towards something sinister going on with her, because as soon as she heard Sylvie, she was like, who? We gotta go. So I feel like something is definitely up with her. And then that guy that she was with, the guy who she had weird vibes with, he's in the trailers, and it seemed like he was the actor that was at the movie premiere in the trailer that took place in the 70s, I think, where he was getting out of the car and he was like waving at everybody. I'm pretty sure that was him. So maybe this motivates him. This whole thing that happened in the first episode motivates him to leave the TVA and try to live his life on one of the timelines, and it just doesn't end up working out because obviously we see Loki confronting him in the trailer. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but him and that lady, there's definitely something going on. I don't know what it is, but they are definitely under suspicious watch now. So at the end here, obviously we have Mobius going out to the loom. He's going to try to fix it so that they can get Loki to stop time slipping or whatever. I think that's what they called it. But then when it comes time for Loki to be able to prune himself, he time slips away, so he doesn't have the pruning stick, so he can't do it. But he's in the future, and he wasn't in the future before. He was always in the past, so he was going back and forth between the present and the past. And we finally get to the future. Sylvie's there. She was in front of him. She was opening the elevator. They went down to the Timekeeper's lair. Maybe Kang's down there now. Who knows what's going on at this point in the future. I think we're going to see that later on in this season, but I'll save that for later on. Someone prunes him from behind. Was it himself from the future? Was it Mobius? Who knows? I don't really know what's going on, but I love the mysterious yet chaotic element that this show has carried on from the first season. I think this pilot did a phenomenal job of setting up my excitement and the rest of this season. I love these characters. I love the new character that they introduced, more specifically Ouroboros in this one, the title character, if you will. And man, I'm actually enjoying a Marvel show right now, like genuinely enjoying it. So this feels good for a change. Lots to speculate on in the next weeks. Let me know about your theories down in the comments below. I know there's a lot to talk about, so I'd love to engage with all of you down below. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor. Please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in seeing full-length versions of this reaction or any other reaction that I have upon the channel, as well as early access to said reactions, you'll find them right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys could check those out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one.